People were laughing and joking during an interview. Someone asked a fun but serious question. What is something people should talk about before getting married, but usually don't? Everyone laughed. It was a funny moment. Then someone joked and said, well, maybe you should know your partner's full name first. That made everyone laugh even more. One person said, wait, what is my full name? The other person replied, I have no idea. It turns out she has a middle name and even 2 last names. Eh? And he didn't know them. That shows that even couples who love each other can forget small details. And that's okay. Love is not about remembering every tiny thing. It's about caring. Then the conversation became playful. Someone asked, okay, serious question, Batman or Spider-Man? Everyone became excited. Careful how you answer. Someone joked she teased him and said, drama queen. Then she smiled and said, Spider-Man. He smiled proudly. They joked that Spider-Man would win in a fight because he has real superpowers. Batman is strong and smart, but Spider-Man has powers like climbing walls and shooting webs. They laughed and said, does Batman even have superpowers? The answer was simple. No, he doesn't. Spider-Man does. Then she said something sweet but funny. She admitted, sometimes I say, I'm ready in 5 minutes, but I actually need 20. Everyone laughed again. It was a cute and honest moment. Sometimes in relationships, we pretend we are ready when we are not. But that's normal. Then things became more emotional, she said. Spider-Man brought love into my life. He is my best friend. People clapped. She said she was very proud of Tom. She said he works very hard and does amazing things. She looked emotional and happy while talking about him. She even said, I met my best friend. That is very powerful. When your partner is also your best friend. That is something special. Then someone asked her, who was the last person you FaceTimed? She smiled and didn't want to answer at first. But then it became clear it was him. He was getting on a plane to come to her movie premiere. Even though he could not come to every event, he always tried to support her. That shows love and care. Then someone asked again, who is your favorite superhero? She jokingly said, Spider-Man. Everyone laughed loudly. But then she said something interesting. She said, actually, it's Batman. People were surprised. She explained that she has not dated many people in her life. She met her person when they were both very young. Around 19 years old, that means they grew up together. She said it was like 2 people who have known each other since they were teenagers. That kind of love is very rare. When you grow up with someone, you understand them deeply. Then they talked about something cool. They have a signed poster of the movie One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And guess who signed it? Nicholson? Everyone was shocked. How did you get that? Someone asked. She said Tom figured it out. Or maybe his brother helped him figure it out. That shows effort. When you love someone, you try to give them special gifts that mean something. Then someone else said, I love Tom. Another person joked, I just want to be involved. Everyone laughed again. Then they talked about marriage. Someone asked, who is the best couple to marry? She said MJ and Peter. Those are the characters from Spider-Man. She said their love story is special. Then she shared something important about love. She said many people think love should be very hard, but she does not believe that. She believes love can be easy. Love should not feel like pain all the time. Love should feel peaceful. She said love should fill your cup. Just like you fill your partner's cup. That means both people should feel happy and supported. Then they joked about internet rumors. She once wore a hat. And people on the internet created a crazy theory that Tom lives inside the hat. Everyone laughed at how silly that was. Then they talked about movies like Interstellar. Someone asked if she showed it to him. She said he had already seen it, but they watched it again together. Watching movies together is a simple but beautiful way to spend time. Then things got even crazier. There were rumors online that they were secretly married, someone said. The wedding already happened. You missed it. She jokingly replied, yes, it's very true. Everyone cheered, but then she explained that people were sending her fake wedding pictures made by AI. She said, people were saying our wedding photos were beautiful, but they were not real. Pictures were fake. She laughed about it. Sometimes when you are famous, people create stories that are not true. Someone even said the ring looked amazing. She just laughed. Then someone joked that in one photo, it looked like someone badly pasted Tom's head onto someone else's body. She said, no, that was real footage. Everyone laughed again. The whole conversation was full of jokes, love, and fun. But underneath the jokes, there was something real. You could see the love and friendship between them. This was not just about superheroes or funny questions. It was about two people who truly care about each other in this part. The conversation becomes softer and more emotional. She begins to talk about something very important. She says that in her personal experience, love feels peaceful. She explains that sometimes people get nervous around others. When you like someone, your heart beats fast. You might feel shy or awkward, but with him, she feels different. She says, I don't feel nervous around him. I feel calm. That is a big thing. When you truly love someone, you feel safe with them. She even says something very sweet. I actually feel more nervous when I am away from you than when I am with you. That means being with him feels like home. Being apart feels harder than being together. Then she talks about how talented he is. She says, I am biased, but I mean it. He is so talented. He works very hard. He cares so much. You can tell she is proud of him. She explains that they first met at an audition. An audition is when actors try to get a role in a movie. Auditions can be scary. You really want the job. You feel pressure. You don't want to make mistakes. She laughs and says, we met at an audition, so I was already nervous. But she also says something beautiful. He made me feel calm. Someone asks her, how did he make you feel calm? She answers simply, just by being a nice person. He made her feel comfortable. He treated her kindly, sometimes. That is all it takes. Not big words, not big actions, just kindness. They were doing something called a chemistry read. That is when two actors read lines together to see if they have good connection on screen. She says it was a big movie. They both really wanted the job. But even during that stressful moment, he was lovely and kind. That first impression stayed with her. Then the conversation changes to something lighter. Cooking. Someone says, he said you make amazing spicy vodka pasta. She laughs. She talks about her special spicy vodka fusilli pasta. She says he loves it. Then someone asks, what does he cook for you? She smiles and shares something cute. She explains that his brother is a chef and even made a cookbook. And sometimes he takes the cookbook and says, okay, I'm going to find vegetarian recipes for you. He tries different recipes just for her. That is thoughtful. He makes an effort to cook food she can enjoy. She laughs and admits he's probably the better cook. Then someone jokes and asks if she cooks at all. Everyone laughs. It is playful and fun. Then she talks about something very special. She says she feels lucky because she grew up with the person she loves. They met when they were teenagers. She says it feels like they grew up side by side. That is rare. Many people meet their partner later in life, but they met young. They saw each other change. They saw each other learn. They saw each other become adults. That builds a deep connection. Then she shares something funny he sometimes spoiled. Big movie secrets for her. He acted in big superhero movies. And sometimes he got too excited, she says. There were times he ruined things for me. She jokes that she wishes she did not know certain spoilers before watching the movie. Someone asks, who told you? She laughs and says, I don't know, but it is clear he was just excited. He wanted to share what happened. Sometimes, when you are excited, you cannot keep secrets. She says he told her something big about one of the movies. It was supposed to be a secret, but he told her in private. She laughed and said, "Why did you tell me that? It was not done in a bad way. It was just excitement." Then the conversation becomes more serious again. People ask about marriage rumors. She explains something important. She says there is something called a parasocial relationship. That means when fans feel very connected to celebrities, even though they do not personally know them. She says she understands that people feel invested in her relationship. She knows she is a public person. She knows people have watched her grow up. She knows they acted in love stories together on screen. So, of course, people feel connected. But she also says she is a private person. She tries her best to keep some things just for herself. She explains that they are not hiding. They just want to protect their joy. They want to keep some moments only for themselves, their family, and close friends. That is very healthy. Not everything needs to be shared with the world. Some love should stay quiet and protected. She says they try to preserve things so they can keep that happiness alive. Then someone says, "It's going to be great." She smiles. The energy feels warm and loving. Then someone asks an interesting question. Who in your life are you most jealous of? She thinks carefully. She says she would not call it jealousy.